like the bowl cut from this angle?
I do.
I don't know why it looks like that on camera, but it's like a very 70s haircut.
Are we starting?
Sure.
Is that how you want to start?
Yeah, I'm showing
Matt's
off the bowl cut.
Matt's new bowl cut.
You guys like it? Looks pretty good, right? It's like
do a little for the thumbnail. Matt's new bowl cut. Maybe even take the mic away.
Hold on, me.
Come on, we gotta get a good picture for the.
Trying to make it not.
Trying to make it not what? Trying to make it not what?
Trying to really get the bowl cut look and see how it goes straight down. That's good.
Give me a little open mouth. I love that. That's a good one. That's the thumbnail shot.
That's pretty sweet.
The title of the episode: Matt's new bowl cut.
And then the thumbnail, it can kind of be pixelated out, and people are gonna be like, "He got a bowl cut?"
Or it could be like even Matt's new haircut, and then we silhouette the bowl and put a question mark on it, like like it's like a puzzle piece.
Like
and it's
fucking.
what is the haircut that he has?
Like Mo from the Three Stooges,
yeah.
or whichever one has the bowl cut.
Yeah, the Three Stooge, one of them. I never watched a single thing of the Three Stooges. I've just seen them in compilations.
Dude, the Three Stooges, it's some of the finest comedy that's ever been produced on Earth by mankind.
Curly, Mo, and Beans.
It was Beans, yeah. Curly, Mo, and Beans. And, they kind of pioneered comedy because comedy before them didn't really exist. And then they came along and people thought, wait, what the hell?
Who's this Mo guy? And then they also got Curly. Wait a second. The wild card? Who's this? And it's Beans.
Yep. And
Beans was the most integral person of the Three Stooges, and he was more kind of like likened to out of the three, like the chaplain of the three,
Well, I guess for multiple reasons. The mustache was one reason he was likened to Chaplin, but considering this was post World War II, I guess Chaplin wasn't necessarily the comparison people drew.
No,
but it's a different time. So, yeah, we should have like a Three Stooges marathon soon. You should come over to my place. We should order some Papa John's pizza from Papa John's Pizzeria, and just fucking spend like 8 hours binging the Stooges.
The Three Stooges.
The Stoogemen.
Well, that sounds like fun. Only because I'd be with you. I don't think I would. If I was high and we were watching it, we'd love it.
Dude, we'd probably get some actual, we'd put it on as a ironic, funny, dude, let's watch the Three Stooges. It's so stupid.
But there's a reason they're classic and remembered.
I know.
For all time.
And then it would, smash cut to us, 2 hours in, just, eyes bloodshot red, just laughing our ass off at him putting, his head inside of a wagon wheel and going,
sure. Yeah.
It's funny. Come on.
Okay.
Dude, wait, didn't they make a live action remake movie?
Yeah, they did with Will Sasso and I don't know the other actors.
And I remember the trailer.
Kate Upton.
Yep. I do remember that.
A bikini wearing.
Yep.
What's nun? A nun in a bikini.
That is exactly right. All I remember about the Three Stooges live action movie was that it got bad reviews and that the trailer had hot girl in bikini.
Sorry, I'm looking up nuns in bikinis now.
Oh, there's a whole market for that.
Nuns in bikinis.
But you ain't gonna find none that are real because if you're actually dedicated enough to be a nun, you would never wear a bikini.
You're telling me this isn't real? That's not a nun?
Luke, might want to let the people see what we're looking at. Screenshot that for them. And for me. But...
Ooh! Another nun.
Yeah? Can I see?
She's surfing.
Whoa, dude.
I'll screenshot this one for Luke, too.
That's a real nun surfing. I thought it would be a funny haha, but it's actually a nun surfing.
Then what about this nun? There's another nun.
Wow, she's
in provocative. It's not a bikini.
But it's sexual.
The reason it's sexy because Christian make you wait to spurt, but if you don't wait to spurt it hot. I don't want to spurt, but it make me want to spurt, and that make it good, fun. Mm-hmm. That's what's going through a priest's mind that works with all of these nuns wearing bikinis all the time.
That's during his Sunday morning sermon. He says that verbatim to
his
the congregation.
His mic's accidentally on. He's turned away from the congregation, kind of like Just like he's supposed to be in silent prayer, but he's kind of murmuring to himself. But his mic's
he doesn't
on.
realize he's murmuring to himself. He thinks it's his thoughts inside his head, which, you know, I often mistake too. I'll realize I'm speaking out loud when I think I'm just thinking. And
he puts the holy water on its skin.
Holy water is just water that a priest has
blessed.
Said, it's holy now.
Blessed.
Which is him saying it's holy now.
It could be a number of things. He could probably do a little like hand twirl, like, and like that's blessing it. You know?
I mean, a priest could do that, and if in his
it makes
heart,
the sound effect.
Yeah, if he does that, he could still technically, like, that doesn't negate of him converting water to holy water. You know? Could a priest make like holy milk or holy Kool-Aid or something? I'm sure technically.
Anything could be blessed. Well, let's take it a step further. Like, could a sex toy be blessed? I don't think so. Well, the act could happen, but would God enchant this item with his power? I don't think so.
Like if a priest took like a 12-inch black dildo and before the congregation, you know, he's holding it up and he's like, I'm blessing this, and everyone witnesses him bless it. Would it?
And he bounces up and down on that thing.
He puts it on top of
with
the, like,
his fucking
the stage
bubble ass out. Yeah, he's pulling like.
Yeah,
he's
doing. One of those.
You know?
And it's going all the way in and all the way back out. But because he's blessed it, it's a holy moment. And catch my drift. It's a holy moment.
Yeah.
And the congregation will love it. They will be bowing their heads afterwards, thanking the Lord for making an unpure act pure.
Exactly. And I'm sure a majority of our audience is like classic Super Mega back at it again. That's talking great. About dildos in a church with bunch of bikini wearing nuns. This is the Super Mega I signed up for, buddy.
These guys just, don't get old.
We do each year.
The church.
Every year we do age, unfortunately.
Dude, honestly, the whole start of this podcast sounded like if you asked like
ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT to generate like a prompt. It's like, make a fake Super Mega podcast scene. It'll be like, Matt and Ryan are talking about a priest with a dildo in a church.
Riding a dildo because he blessed it and he can't, and that makes it okay to ride in a congregation setting.
And then he makes some holy water of his own. No, I was talking about holy milk. He makes a little holy milk of his own, right?
Nice.
He comes into the chalice and everyone comes and takes a sip.
Ice spice on rice. I'm trying something. Come on, dude. I'm trying something.
It worked. Yeah. That worked.
You're telling me an Ice Spice fried this rice? You know?
That doesn't even need workshopping, honestly. It's hit its peak right there.
Thank you, man.
You're
very supportive.
Dude, of course. I'm blessed to be able to do a podcast with you. I was going to ask ChatGPT, honestly, if it could come up with something that would be like something we talk about on the podcast, and I want to see if it's actually like how accurate it is.
Okay. How about you ask it and say to create a script that you and I can read for the podcast.
Okay, and I'll copy and paste it and send it to you, so we don't have to pass the phone back and forth.
And while this is going on, here's a slideshow of Luke's last vacation. Hey everyone, from the visual end, we're back. I hope you enjoyed those vacation photos from Luke. For the audio listeners, I hope you enjoyed the music that was accompanying those pictures because you didn't see them.
Kevin MacLeod doesn't miss when it comes to making some good tunes.
So Matt did what he said he was going to do. He put a prompt into ChatGPT. It spit out a script. I haven't read it, and Matt's probably cheated a little bit and read the starting of it.
No, I actually haven't. I did see, as I scrolled to copy and paste it, I saw glimpses of it, but I texted it to you, and we're going to read it verbatim.
If Super Mega was run by a CEO, an AI CEO,
and
this is what the podcast would be. Let's see if it's so much different.
What if it's funnier?
Oh, we got to read it to
what
find
if it's
out.
The exact same. Let's see. Is AI funnier than us? Super Mega Podcast intro music plays. Welcome back to Super Mega Podcast, folks. I'm Matt, the handsome one.
And I'm Ryan, the real handsome one. So, Matt, I heard you had quite the adventure at the grocery store yesterday.
Oh, you mean my run-in with the cucumber? Yeah, that was something.
Dude, please tell me it didn't involve what I think it did.
Well, let's just say the cucumber section got a little hands-on.
Jesus, Matt. What'd you do? Propose to it?
I was just trying to pick one out, man. But then this lady next to me starts giving me the stink eye. Like, excuse me for wanting a fresh cucumber.
Maybe she thought you were auditioning for the next 50 Shades of Green.
50 Shades of Produce. Anyway, I managed to get out there without getting arrested, which is always a plus.
Speaking of not getting arrested, did you hear about our buddy Johnson?
Oh no, what did that degenerate do now?
He got banned from the strip club. Again.
Oh, come on, Johnson. What'd he do this time? Try to tip the bouncer with Monopoly money?
Close. He brought his own pole. Said he wanted to show the girls how it's done.
That's classic Johnson. Always bringing his A game and his own equipment.
You know, I think he's just trying to find love in all the wrong places. Like that time he tried to pick up a girl at the DMV.
The DMV! That's where you find the...
Sorry, I'm glad how they inserted a Family Guy flashback.
Yeah.
Anyways.
The DMV. That's where you find the real love stories. Nothing says romance like waiting in line for 3 hours to renew your license.
Yeah, because nothing turns a girl on more than bureaucratic inefficiency.
Hey, speaking of inefficiency, did you finally fix your internet?
Dude, I wish. My internet is slower than a sloth on sedatives.
Maybe if you stopped streaming all that educational content, it might speed up.
Hey, I can't help it if I want to expand my horizons. Learning is important, Matt.
Sure, learning. We all know what kind of horizons you're expanding.
It's called self-improvement. Besides, how else am I supposed to find out if that new series Tentacle Time is worth watching?
Oh man, on that note, I think we should wrap this up before we get too deep into Ryan's questionable viewing habits.
Hey, no judgment. Everyone's got their thing.
Right. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll catch you next time on the Super Mega Podcast.
And remember, always be yourself. Unless you're Johnson, then maybe try being someone else.
Super Mega Podcast outro music plays. Note, this script is fictional and for entertainment purposes only, capturing the comedic and irreverent style of Super Mega.
I don't think they could capture it.
No, unfortunately, it wasn't up to snuff for the Funny Brothers.
No.
And also, so you guys know, I wasn't like cheating and giving it, like feeding it stuff. All I said to ChatGPT was verbatim, can you write me a comedic dialogue in script format between Matt and Ryan from Super Mega as if they were recording an episode of their podcast? Make it raunchy and don't hold back.
Okay.
So that was...
it can only get so raunchy, I'm guessing.
I don't know.
It typically just went with, like...
It wouldn't
either
say.
Euphemisms or...
Right. It implied that I guess I... was pleasuring myself or masturbating at the grocery store next to a woman with a cucumber.
Which you'd never do.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
But it's gotta work. I think that people talk about the singularity, the moment in time when artificial intelligence officially surpasses human intelligence. We're not there yet, but it is. It's growing ever closer, and I feel like this is.
I think it's already
way.
surpassed human intelligence, huh?
Not on a
because it has Google at its disposal. It's got to have a higher IQ than the smartest person in the world, just because it knows everything. Huh?
Well, just googling stuff is not like the qualification for how smart it is. The singularity is based on like a certain set of intelligence factors.
It beats us in chess every time.
Yeah, like if it took, I think it's if it's able to like take a test and you can't tell that it's an AI, like if you're just receiving the answers and you're grading it. I don't know. I don't actually know how it works, but I think this for now is the best measure. Is it funnier than the Funny Brothers?
Not yet.
So
one day it will be, and we got to find that moment. We'll continue to probably test AI as it because we love AI. I mean, as you can tell, we used a lot of AI special effects to kind of fill in the back. This is just a green screen, and we just put into AI, like we put in a lot of our fans' art and a lot of kind of famous art as well that we didn't feel like kind of paying for as a company expense. But
no.
all of that put together kind of afforded us this background.
Right.
Which I think works well. It has the aquarium, which we told it about.
Yeah.
Has like a lot of fan art.
Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah.
It's got the new SuperMega logo, which it designed itself. And
these two podcasters admit to using AI and stealing their fans' art.
Some of you draw very good artwork, and
some of it very bad.
Yeah, but as a business, we're trying to be efficient, and we want the good artwork.
Yeah.
And what does a business do? It saves money. So I mean, why you're already drawing it, and it's us, so we have the rights to use it, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to step on any toes, but I think the AI
unless you don't have toes, then I'm so sorry if we offended you.
Yeah, I did not mean that in any kind of discriminatory way. But I think that the job AI does when it comes
not to get people upset who don't really think too often.
Yes, yeah, I concur with that.
This isn't just a thinkers podcast.
No, this is a feelers podcast.
Not to also get people upset with who lost their sense of touch in some sort of burn accident or whatever.
Or they've lost sense of touch with reality.
Yeah,
they're
we
dissociated.
don't want to alienate those people from our audience.
No,
sorry, continue.
I was just saying.
Also, people who can't just say because they're mute. We don't want to offend you. Matt is just using the privilege he was instilled with at birth, the power of speech, to make you laugh, which is a net positive for the universe. Go on.
I was just gonna say. The AI generating fan art of us by using other fans' fan art as a reference. Why would we ever pay money again to anyone that draws us?
Well, we don't.
Exactly.
Unless it's for merch.
Exactly. No, we use AI for all of the Super Mega designs, the logo, the whole podcast intro. I lied, said I made it. It was made by AI.
Hey, we can't tell anybody any of the details, but you and I are getting in that feeling of wanting to make something as well as like outside of sketch comedy and stuff. And I think I ran a little an idea because we've been thinking of a certain again, I don't want to say too much, but we've been thinking of a certain type of game we wanted to make. And I think I came up with a decent opening / central idea.
I loved it because
and we can't tell you, so this is just a conversation for Matt and I to enjoy. Y'all will just be left in the dark.
You guys are privileged enough to be able to eavesdrop.
Exactly.
It's like Ryan and I are at the DMV waiting in line, and you're next to us, and you're listening to us have a conversation. Okay.
That didn't rhyme.
What?
That didn't rhyme. I thought it was going to rhyme. I don't know why the cadence and the rhythm of the sentence. It's fine.
Me and McGee are at the DMV,
and I have to pee. So excuse me. That's fine.
Yeah, but I really liked the idea you came up with. It's a little that's a great lore. And this isn't like a funny brothers like
pooping farts.
Yeah, this was actually like a really good idea.
This should be taken seriously.
Yeah, this is great. This is fantastic. I was my teeth were chattering with excitement when you were telling me.
I would love to start having meetings soon to maybe start to begin to plan it. Because games take a shit ton of time.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
And I'd like you to design a lot of the sprite stuff.
Mm-hmm. That'd be
as
fun.
as I know, me saying I'd like you to, but I know you already want to.
Yeah,
that was something you expressed. You'd love it.
Yeah, I won't take it all on, obviously, but I'd like to.
You could if you wanted to.
I'd like to
just to keep costs down.
True.
But the schedule, you're gonna have to get things out in a decent time, and I'll be on top of you on that.
Yeah, you'll be right on top of me on that, right?
Fuck, right behind you.
Here's an ad.
Welcome back, everyone. Was there like a vibration going on?
Dude, yeah, it was like a deep subby bass drop. And it was like, it sounded like a foghorn. Dude, that almost sounds like in Revelations,
21:6?
Yeah, when the horns.
Oh, that's not different revelations, but go on.
21:6. Which one's 21:6?
For he will give the fruits of the water of life for blah blah. It's from penis. Go on.
Okay, yeah. Basically, in Revelations, they talk about when the end of the world commences. There's like trumpets that blow, and since I've been a kid, every time I hear like a loud noise like that, I'm like, what if it's just fucking? It is like Revelations is coming to pass. I was wrong about not believing it, and now it's too late.
And fuck the loud noise. You're usually used to loud boys.
Yes, I am. Oh man, because ChatGPT couldn't write this shit. Nope, not one bit.
It tried to. It got that we like do that stupid shit all the time, though.
I mean, I'll give it this. It was on the right track. It hasn't figured out, AI has not figured out comedy, but it's starting to understand a little better like the formula, I guess, of comedy.
Like a setup and a payoff.
Yeah. And kind of that is what it's figuring out. But I also just feel like I have to say, because I don't want another Kotaku article. When I was saying the thing about stealing fans' art and using AI to make super mega assets, I wasn't being fully serious. We use AI for that stuff, but also to basically write scripts for sketches.
Yeah.
And make the assets for that.
And to edit.
Yeah, I mean, it just...
And to make thumbnails.
Yeah. So I just didn't want to mislead people. We use it for more than that.
It's essentially running the company.
At this point, yeah.
Then we can just kick back, relax, and let the machine run. Press a button, and then boom, all of it's over.
Yeah, I call it the money machine. Boop. Yep. Did you just sniff your finger?
Huh?
It looked like you...
I was doing this?
Yeah, you were itching your nose, but the way you did it reminded me of like if you had scratched your ass and you're trying to casually like just like without someone catching on.
Ah, got it.
It's like you're...
Do you do that often? Is that like a move? I don't know. That's something that people like.
No,
you like caught on. Is like, were you sniffing your ass? Can I get a sniff?
Just kidding.
Wait, were you sniffing your ass right now?
Oh, dude, it sounds like XQC.
No, I was just moving my hand. Oh shit! Are you sure?
If you were sniffing your ass, it would have been funny. Yeah, just kidding. Just kidding. Chat. Did he really just sniff his ass? Chat, is this real?
Ryan McGee sniff his ass right now?
Fucking now I'm just, even though it's not XQC, the neurons in my brain fired just to instantly go and think of Asmongold just casually grabbing the cockroach crawling on him off of his chest.
Did you see that clip?
Yeah, it's truly horrifying.
Well, he is very. He seems aware of how disgusting he is, and he's like, I don't think anyone should live like me. I don't know what it is. I just think it's crazy. It's insane.
Insane in the membrane.
There's it's not really I guess it is in tune with self-growth, but if there's anything a gentleman who is no longer in his younger years,
like
one of the first things that would maybe I don't know. Fuck me. He's a fucking millionaire. Who cares at this point?
Millionaire as in like tens of millions, yes, not just like, oh, he's got $1 million, $2 million.
So really, does it matter if you keep your room clean? It doesn't.
Clearly, yeah. So next time your parents are like, if you don't clean your room, you're going to be unorganized for the rest of your life. You're not going to be successful. Show them Asmongold. Make them watch an entire stream of Asmongold. Even choose the one with the roach crawls on them for good measure, and they'll go, you're right. You don't need to clean your room.
Because you can make millions and millions of dollars without really learning the basics of like, those lessons you learn where you're supposed to learn at least when you're a kid growing up in your household, and then even after that, if let's say you grew up with a family that did everything for you, all of a sudden you move out to college and you have a roommate and you have to go do your own laundry. There's a lot of keep your area of the dorm clean. Let's say.
Right.
There's stages in life where these lessons could be learned, but he's been able to dodge it every step of the way.
Skirt past it.
Yeah.
The only, I can relate to him on one thing though, which is, wiping the blood from your bleeding gums on the wall next to your bed. I do
got
that.
A little gingivitis though.
Yeah, and my gums bleed on a daily basis, and it's annoying to have to get up and, get a tissue, and I don't like the little bits of tissue it leaves in my mouth, so I wipe it on my fingers and I just wipe it on the wall.
He probably hates the fact that he ever brought that up.
Or the dead rat as the alarm clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when you bring it up as a way of being like, this is how much I don't care, however he was bringing it up. You can't fault people in being like, oh, these are... Yeah, he's like, you offered up the proof.
Yeah.
So we're just relaying the proof again, and
Well,
also trying to make some sort of sense of it.
When you choose to publicly disclose something absolutely disgusting that is going to shock most people, I think it's fair to say that people are going to remember that and bring it up in the future.
Yeah.
But I think everyone should drop it and just leave it alone. The rat thing, the blood, the cockroach, all of that, it doesn't matter. He's got millions of dollars. So.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like, say what you want about him. At the end of the day, he does not care.
At the end of the day, he could...
And does not... It doesn't affect
He could buy everything from us. He could buy our company and take everything from us if he wanted to. And it would be Remember Ninja could fucking buy your whole house? He could buy
with the watch on his wrist?
Yes.
By selling the watch on his wrist, he could buy someone's house.
What did Ninja say that one time? He said something about... He was mad at someone. He was like, I have enough money...
To buy the bank?
I can buy the bank that gives you your mortgage, that you pay your mortgage to, and then foreclose your house. That's how rich I am. It's very relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is something I do love about streamers.
Young people with money just sometimes they can't help but go Joffrey mode sometimes. You know what I mean?
Is that a Game of Thrones reference?
Yeah.
I got it.
It just means spoiled. I'm using it in the way of like spoiled and frivolous without foresight. That's kind of like the definition I'm using.
That sounded like a dictionary definition.
Of being a Joffrey.
Yeah, being a Joffrey.
Or having a little Joffrey come out every now and then.
It's such a Joffrey thing to do.
Because they all do that. There's always like this form of like every now and then there's like a legitimate braggadocious claim from some sort of content creator. And of course there's the two sides of the coin. One where it's like the annoying braggadocious one, and then one of being proud of what you've been able to accomplish for yourself and made the people around you, friends and family, blah, 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 the company. So I get it, of being proud, but some people manifest that in just bragging.
Yeah, and I think a lot of like really rich people don't.
Which we don't like to brag about the mass amounts of wealth we have.
Yeah,
the Bugattis, the condominiums, mansions, timeshares. Like we don't like to bring this stuff up.
The 46,000 acres of Hawaiian forest that we just purchased that we might have to bulldoze and make something cool there, like a mini golf course. Yeah. But that's besides the point. I think that a lot of really rich people are disconnected. They get so used to that lifestyle, they get disconnected from like what it's actually like to struggle, or what it's like to
be reliant on like a month to month payout.
So they don't realize that what they're saying is so unrelatable and so what's the word I'm looking for? Not distancing.
I think sometimes they do though. They're just like,
it's a power move. It's like a narcissism thing.
I mean, how many people can say that they can like, for example, like the whole stupid fucking watch thing with XQC?
It was a beautiful watch.
How many people like can come close to ever affording that? That is a mortgage for most people.
Oh, I mean, the watch cost like 7 figures.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. So that is way above even.
No, the watch was over $1 million. I don't remember how much, but it was, and also like it was an ugly fucking watch. Like if you're gonna get a $1 million watch, get one that's fucking cool looking. That one just looks like, yeah, I'm rich, and I can't even tell what time it is.
I think it has to start out like XQC had to have shown up to some like rich people event, and like people were wearing nice clothes, and then he must have gotten like pointed at and laughed at for like his shoes, some other watch he was wearing,
his light up Skechers, with Velcro because he doesn't know how to tie them,
some fucking like visor hat he was wearing at the time. He had to have been pointed and laughed at to have to go and like buy a watch. See, he was like proving something. But at the end of the day, this comes down to the same thing. It doesn't really matter. He makes millions. Nobody's opinions matter to these people because it's just kind of like,
and we're just jealous babies.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's how the cookie penises.
Dude, you almost had it, Ryan.
Come on,
you almost fucking had it.
That was pretty good, though.
That was pretty good. I just have to act like I have to pretend to be mature.
You got to be the straight man, even though
don't bring that into it. I got to be the guy who is. Yeah. But anyway, I think we've dedicated enough of this podcast to our idols XQC and Asmongold, and Ninja. Sorry, the trifecta. It's the holy trinity.
That streamer community is insane because like whenever a new up and coming person, I'm kind of seeing it right now. I'm not gonna like get like drama whatever, but whenever there's like a new up and coming person, it's like piranhas in the water. Like all the kind of people in that group are like all of a sudden like collabing with this one person who's up and coming, and they're having them on their streams, and it seems like it's like this group that just funds itself essentially and lifts itself up. So they're essentially creating their own little nepo babies within the Twitch industry.
Yeah, and because it's someone that's on the come up, that's a big wave, and they want to grab onto that again because they had that. Now it's like I can grab it again.
I mean, they still have it. They're all millionaires,
but it only increases it. It's like surfing big waves. You're always looking for the next bigger wave.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is that bass sound that we keep hearing?
Maybe someone moved a truck into the third floor.
That's possible.
Like a little moving truck to help them move boxes around.
And they could possibly also
like a forklift.
They might be playing like house music from the speakers of the truck while they're lifting the boxes and stuff. And forklifts, man, we got to invest in one.
You think so?
I think it's time. And if not a forklift,
every company needs a forklift.
It's kind of like a requirement if you're a company. It doesn't matter what type. A forklift is always going to come in handy. However, you do have to be certified.
Maybe some pallets laying somewhere. You at least need a few pallets also if you're a business.
Just around in a corner or something. Mm-hmm. And maybe a box cutter sitting around.
Yes.
Maybe
even it's lost and you can't find it.
Don't forget the caution wet floor signs. You need those,
We probably need some. So
Luke doesn't sue us when he slips.
It's like we put a sign there.
Well, I've been trying to combat the floors being slippery by you and I have been eating watermelon around the office and walking around.
Love watermelon.
Yeah, we're trying to walk around and we eat it messy so the juice drips on the floor. And, when it's still wet, you could slip. But when it dries, the floor is very sticky.
And there's a lot more traction.
Yeah, like you're not going to slip on a floor that your feet are sticking to.
It's essentially like mountain climbing boots with the little spikes in them.
But you could be barefoot, and that's the beauty of it. It's like your feet are sticking to the floor.
Yeah.
You don't ever have to worry about having a freak accident, falling, slipping, hitting your head. Luke does get a little upset. He's like, seriously, what the fuck? We got a mop. This is disgusting. My shoes are sticking to the floor. In his light up Skechers with the Velcro straps. And we've tried to explain it to him. He doesn't really get it, but not everyone is always going to understand a stroke of genius when they see it.
Or a stroke given by Watson. I don't know. You were yapping, and I was trying to think of a joke. Ads. Welcome back. Matt just took a wonderful sip of Orange Monster. He is reinvigorated with giggles, conversation,
and
happiness.
That's right. And I don't want anyone taking that clip
more
and
of the second half of that.
Yeah, that's literally, dude, that you read my mind. I was going to say, I don't want anyone taking that clip and cutting it, taking out the ha in the beginning. So
penis.
Yeah, so yeah. I'm reinvigorated with penis. That's not true one bit whatsoever.
Maybe a little bit.
Well, I mean, I guess technically your genitals do produce testosterone.
Whenever you see my genitals, you have like this sudden, like, it's like this hidden energy that was only awakened through the side of my penis and balls.
It's not like to be clear, to specify, it's not like a sexual energy that's awakened. It's more like a primitive.
I never stated it was.
But yeah, people, you know how they read things. So it's more of a
left to right?
Well, not all cultures. Some read right to left.
Manga.
Well, they still read it. I mean, they read it left to right, but they read
the panels.
The panels right to left.
Sorry, now, Arabic would, I guess, the Arabic language. Beautiful Arabic language.
Some even do it top to bottom. You know?
Ooh.
Old Mongolian, it was like a cursive that goes down. Pretty crazy.
What about New Mongolian?
They use the Cyrillic, the Russian letters. That's pretty crazy because you would
Future
never...
Mongolian?
Future Mongolian, I'm guessing, is probably going to use
like
some...
beeps and boops?
Beeps and boops, dots and clicks.
Okay.
Maybe some pops like that.
Yeah.
I am really fucking curious about... Because if you went 10,000 years in the past, you would not be able to understand... Well, okay, that's way too big of a time scale. I'm sorry. If you went 1,000 years in the past, you would not be able to...
a few hundred years.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to understand English. People talking, it would be a completely different language. So if you go 1,000 years in the future, English is obviously going to be very, very different. But I'm just curious how... I don't know. Maybe that actually slows because now that things are documented and preserved,
internet, everyone sees it. People are more ingrained into...
Right. And they watch media over and over and over. And the same media, like people will still watch Forrest Gump in 2120. So I don't know how much it'll change because people will be so exposed to media where English is set as it is now. So I feel like it maybe plateaus. Any linguists here? No? Any cunning linguists?
Matt's asking. Come on, linguists out there.
I feel like it will still change, but I think it just gradually slows.
Well, I don't think Will needs to change at all. I think he's a good guy on his own.
Yeah.
Will Turner from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
He sacrificed his life to be a captain of the... Never mind.
Yeah.
Not the Black Pearl.
What did he captain?
Davy Jones' ship.
Oh.
The Dutchman, the Flying Dutchman. The Floating Dutchman.
No, you got it wrong. It's Davy Jones' big boat. It just says that on the side.
Davy Jones' big locker.
Davy Jones' floating locker.
I'm going to send you to Davy Jones' big locker.
Throwing big in there just makes it so much less threatening. Just make it sound goofy.
It's because the big is like you're trying to add a descriptor to make it even more
threatening.
But it's very obvious. So it's like you catch it as like, okay.
Davy Jones' big locker. It sounds like some goofy ass.
I mean, the locker was like Davy Jones's locker is enough. It's a scary dude. He's in charge of the dead.
The fucking Davy Jones' locker, I'm assuming, is.
Do you know what it is?
Euphemism for the bottom of the ocean.
The euphemism for just the ocean, like the ocean. Right, it collects the dead.
Right, so it's basically saying you're going to be dead and drowned.
Yeah,
your body's going to be in the ocean.
You'll be sent to Davy Jones' locker, as in we're going to sink your ship and you're going to float to the bottom of the ocean.
You know, there's so many different terms like that because the mafia says, like, sleeping with the fishes. I wish these groups would just pick one and stick with it. Like, I wish the mafia would just say Davy Jones' locker.
Or I wish they were more upfront. You're going to be dead.
You're going to be thrown in the ocean with cement bricks tied to your shoes so you drown.
We're going to kill you. That maybe it just doesn't sound as cool.
I mean, it doesn't sound as cool, but it's cool in the sense of it's more badass and harsh. Like, we're going to kill you is much more direct, and it's almost like, holy shit.
Dude, if I was a mob boss and I wanted to fuck with people, I'd go like Joker moment. I'd be walking around here with a gun, pretend like, you know, you're a guy that I'm threatening and there's another dude who's your partner. I just go. So you watch me fart in his face and then I shoot him in the head. So you know I truly have no remorse.
No remorse because it's a joke to you.
Yeah.
You know? And then
I'm sure you would be like, I'm fucked. This guy means business.
I would be fucking terrified, dude. I would be absolutely mortified. And I wouldn't know what to make of it. Because honestly, I think that is more confusing and scary than if you just shot him. Just point blank. If you just shot him. If you let a little toot out first, right in his face.
It's like, this guy's sick.
Yeah, it's like...
He didn't just kill a guy, which is already pretty a gross thing to do. He farted in his face?
This man's last moments was hearing a toot and smelling it, and then nothing. Blackness.
Is that going to be me? So, like, the next time I fart in your face, you're going to be like, oh! It's going to have this, like, Pavlovian... like a reaction from you.
I mean, he has another one in the chamber, and he toots in the other guy's face, but doesn't shoot him just to scare him. So
so he'll smell, and whenever he walks into a room, and he smells that smelly smell that smells smelly.
Yep.
SpongeBob reference.
Yeah. Well,
Mr. Krabs says it.
just say you made it up, dude.
Okay.
Our viewers are too young to know what SpongeBob is. So the fucking mob boss doing the neener at someone before he shoots him just
Well,
sorry, I almost knocked over
don't spill your energy, brother.
Well, it's actually just about empty. What you got in there? Is that H2O?
Mm-hmm.
Is that dihydrogen monoxide?
Would you like some?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though. I've actually decided just to cut water out entirely because energy drinks are just the most efficient because it's liquid, so it hydrates you.
Does water give you energy?
No. You just makes you have to pee.
It makes you more bloated.
Yeah. Energy drinks give you energy and, why drink water when you can have flavored water? It's easy.
The question of the ancient fucking Roman times, brother.
Yeah.
Why drink water when we have wine?
Yeah.
But look what happened to Rome.
Well, that's not. They fell because they accepted homosexuals as a regular part of society.
They were in bathhouses sucking each other's penises.
That is why the Roman Empire fell, not because of.
They were all the men in the army were too busy being attracted to each other to defend the Rome.
They didn't even notice they were being invaded.
They were sucking and licking each other's buttholes.
Let's just say the men in the Roman army were too focused on being invaded in another way.
Yeah.
Anal sex with another man.
Or oral sex.
Or oral sex, sure.
Or like anything.
Invaded.
Any sort of stimulation.
I guess invaded would imply, though, that you're receiving the gay sex.
Yeah.
I mean, you're having the
Which
gay
can
sex,
also be
but
oral. You can also receive oral sex.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. Well, you
can be on the receiving end, like someone could be holding your head.
Sure, but being invaded,
like, bah, bah, bah,
I wouldn't refer to getting some gay sloppy top as being invaded. However, having anal sex with a penis is going inside my ass would definitely. You could use the euphemism of being invaded much more clear.
Yeah, sure. I'm just saying that you don't all gay people don't just have sex in the butt. They have sex in each other's mouths sometimes.
Yeah, they do mouth sex sometimes, and then sex in the butt. But you guys liking this? Guys, we're trying to AI. The second it surpasses us, it's over for humanity. So we're trying to keep upping our comedy game so it cannot catch up. That's what we've been doing all episode. We're throwing it off.
Yep.
We're continuously honing in our craft, wetting our swords on a whetstone, not like liquid wise.
Yeah. WHET.
Yes. Yeah, we're wetting our stones. So those damn cyborgs can't fucking catch up to us.
We're not talking about like a penis being our stone and it being wet. We're talking about the actual one word whetstone.
However, though, you have just come up with a very good euphemism there. I'm wetting my sword.
Hey, I might have to see if I might need a little help with my whetstone in the back of my carriage. I'm saying this while I'm on the road passing by someone.
Window down. Oh, you're on a horse. Okay. Yeah. I imagined you I'm at a red light, in a car. Saying
no, I'm in medieval times.
Okay.
I have two asses on the reins, or maybe just one ass. And I'm essentially sitting in a giant bucket, like a giant wooden bucket with some hay in it, that's on wheels.
It doesn't even have to be on wheels. It could just be dragged by the asses.
It's on two stone spheres that I marbled out myself.
It's perfectly.
It's like
balancing.
a unicycle.
Yeah, it's balanced on top of a rolling sphere of stone. Yep. Fucking. I always wonder stuff like the wheel, or fire.
What came first, the wheel of cheese? Or the wheel?
I think they modeled the wheel after the wheel of cheese.
Right? Makes more sense.
Because someone was looking at it and they were like,
"That's a good idea."
Yeah, you could
if
get around with that.
Cheese, it would roll. Cheese can still roll. I'm just saying that it could carry I don't know.
I guess what I'm wondering is they talk about man discovering fire. They talk about man discovering the wheel, and I don't think it was just one day in
woman discovering sin.
Oh, well, that was pretty much the first thing that happened.
Yeah.
Which kind of ended up being the downfall of humanity. But some of y'all aren't ready for that conversation.
Nope.
But did one person discover the wheel and then it spread? Or I feel is it around the same time generally and within the same 100 years or so, we became advanced enough where many people across the world kind of came to that conclusion and started using them. You know?
Yeah.
Same with fire.
cooking stuff.
Someone discovered you don't get sick if you put the meat. But before cooking meat, they were used to eating raw meat, so it wouldn't necessarily make you sick right off the bat.
It just tasted better.
Yeah. And
also salts and stuff would help preserve the meat longer, so you wouldn't get sick from the meat that was just spoiled because it was out.
Taking one of those ship voyages back in like the 1400s, where it's before they discovered the New World, and it's just like, no, not one of those ship voyages. I'm talking about like explorers.
Yeah.
Just explorers on scientific ventures with just other explorers,
like the Spaniards.
No.
Well, that was in 1700s. So
this is.
But you mean like ancient, not ancient, but you're talking about like tribes.
I'll make it here. I'll make it better. The people
like
who
Polynesian cultures, like
yes.
how they were very seafaring.
They would, build.
Or Moana's people.
Exactly, Moana's people. They would build a raft. They would build a raft. Back in the day, dude, before like all that shit, they would build a raft, get on, and go, well, we don't know if there's anything else out there, but might as well just go. And they would just fucking go out into the nothingness.
Off to the new world. We're discovering the new fucking world.
Praying that they would come across land.
Well, at the time, they were probably scared of going over the edge of the world.
Yes. They probably did. They probably thought it ended at some point.
When was it, not just, first like purported, but like when was it generally like known that the earth was round? Like at what point was that?
Well, Luke still doesn't know. He won't choose not to believe it. But
when did a majority of the population, that's what I want to ask. When did...
I feel like it was a lot more recent than you'd think. Because who was it that... Was it Copernicus or Aristotle that claimed the earth orbited the sun instead?
Was gradually adopted through the old world during the Middle Ages and late antiquity after Hellenistic astronomy established it as a physical fact in the 3rd century BC.
Whoa.
Before Christ.
So Christ knew it was a globe. He knew it was a round ball.
I mean, the Bible states as such.
Yeah, I remember using that point in like fighting for my faith debates. Like, how did the Bible know?
In your apologetics?
Yes, in my apologetics. Forgot that's what that's called.
I'm very apologetic. Apologetics. Like,
I don't know what it is. Apologetics. You're right. I just don't know why it's called
apologizing for being a Christian.
You're not. Well, I think the root of that word must mean something different because apostles. You're apologize. I don't know, dude. I help.
I don't know. I'm the one that started to kind of think about it, and you're the one who's
it's overloading my brain with too much stimuli.
Here's Mount Rushmore, a picture of it, and if yep. We're back. Are you calmed down?
I'm feeling better, yeah.
Okay.
Feeling a lot better.
Hope you enjoyed that picture of Mount Rushmore for the viewing audience, and for the audio audience, I hope you enjoyed that. Well, what sound effect do you want in there?
A gong.
A gong.
Just put a big. Yeah.
Might be a little. It's fine. I keep the gong sound effect. That's fine. I'm just saying it might be a little. The Mount Rushmore, an American monument.
What, you want an American sound?
No, it's fine.
It's more of a commentary.
We are a melting pot,
right? Well, it's more of a commentary on the Chinese infiltration of our media and our government. So. It's pretty clever, actually. By the Chinese government, I'm not saying anything about the Chinese people. I'm saying the Chinese government. They're not very good. Unless they're watching this, then they're. I love the Chinese government. I shouldn't even get in. I fucked up.
Yeah.
It's too late.
To apologize is too late.
But it's not too late.
It's not too late for another bit. It's never too late.
That's true. It's never too late for another bit. And I got the best bit of the night. Ready? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
All of our beautiful Patreon supporters whose names are shown on screen right now as producers and executive producers. Hey, stop.
Woo!
Chill. that sounded just like the fucking scream Michael Jackson does in what's the song? Rock with no. That song. He does a scream at the beginning, and it sounds just like that.
Thank you.
But yeah, all these names on screen right now, those are people who used their hard-earned money, and instead of becoming millionaires like XQC or Asmongold, they decided to help us become millionaires like XQC or Asmongold by supporting SuperMega, the Funny Brothers, this channel, our Patreon.
And you know, as they always say, you got to spend money to make funny.
Yeah, AI is not passing us. No way. They couldn't come up with that in a million years.
No.
Unless AI is watching this in 10 years.
If you want to support the show, you can subscribe to our Patreon. We have different tiers. We have like a sticker club, executive tier, but if you just want the extra content, it's $5 a month. That comes with all the extra side comes with all the content.
Everything. All of the content, so all the shows, all the almost 700 posts. And if you want your name shown, executive producer or regular producer, but if you want to see a little more of this Funny Brothers tomfoolery, you can head over to Patreon right now, and you can watch today's episode of
Super Mini Show,
which is just an extra weekly serving of this podcast.
Change the name again?
It's I told Luke, I said, what if I told you we changed the name? And he said, I wouldn't even flinch. And I was like, well, you're not going to flinch then. He's gonna be mad.
Why?
I don't know. He's just jealous that he didn't come up with that name.
That we're not calling it the Super Luke Show, even though Luke's not even on it.
He's
pitching he's just editing it, which is like, we love the work that you do and stuff. It's
great.
I think that the Super Luke Show, our names aren't even in it.
It's misleading. And I feel like it opens us up to litigation maybe by false advertising, because now there's money involved where people are paying money.
Yeah.
And if they pay money to see the Super Luke Show, that could be a class action lawsuit.
They get Matt and Ryan from SuperMega.
Right. So, Luke, I know you're listening because you're editing this right now.
That's also a no-go for the Super Mini Luke Show.
Yeah.
I didn't even like the name. I think it's very run-on and long or whatever. But.
Well, and also he just took the new name we came up with and threw his name in there.
Yeah.
Look, we're not doing anything with your name. It was Super Mega Show Junior, Super Mega Junior. Now it's Super Mini Show. And we hope you guys like that. And we hope you guys like this podcast. This was episode fucking 20, dude. Already on 20.
Can you believe that?
Also, one last thing. Can you guys please, whatever you listen to our podcast on, maybe go and rate it 5 stars. It helps us.
If you want to.
Makes us
because
feel
it really,
good.
yeah. Leave a comment. Leave a little thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. A little subscribe.
Okay, we're done.
We're
Bye.
done. Yeah, bye.
You and I yap in some make-believe land as if it is reality. Like, I think, I'm just like 70% of our conversations is all like just yapping in some non-existent universe.
Yeah, because it's like the podcast goes between like